All right, today we're going to break down a piece of technology that honestly powers a massive chunk of the digital world we all live in. It's called VMware Cloud Foundation. So, if you've ever been curious how huge companies actually build and run their own private clouds, well, you're in the right place. Let's get into it.
Okay, to really get this, we have to start with a question. Why is this stuff so hard? I mean, seriously, in a world where you can just whip out a credit card and spin up a server in the public cloud in minutes, why has it become this massive, super complicated challenge to get that same experience inside your own company?
Well, here's the thing. Modern IT isn't just a server rack in a closet anymore. It's a maze. It's a huge, sprawling ecosystem. You've got your main data center, right? But then you also have smaller sites. You're probably using services from a couple of different public clouds. And now there's the edge. You know, compute happening right on factory floors or in retail stores. Trying to wrangle all of that, to make it all work together with consistent rules and operations, that is the monster challenge.
So how in the world do you tame a maze like that? Well, this is where having a standardized blueprint comes into play. And that's exactly what VMware Cloud Foundation is all about. It's a very deliberate, prescriptive way to build a cloud, specifically designed to wipe out all that complexity we were just talking about.
So what is VCF really? At its heart, it takes all the essential software Legos you need for a data center, your compute, your storage, your networking, and all the management, and it bundles them together into one single pre-tested system. It's less like getting a box of loose parts and more like getting a fully assembled engine ready to drop in and fire up. And this is the perfect analogy. Think about it. You could try to build a house by going out and sourcing every single 2x4, every wire, every screw, and then just hope it all fits together perfectly. Or you could get one of those prefabricated kits where everything is already engineered to work together seamlessly from the get-go. VCF is that smart kit, but for your data center. Okay, so let's pop the hood and see what's actually inside this kit. The cool thing is, VCF is built on a foundation of software that a lot of IT folks already know, and frankly, already trust.
First up, right at the bottom of the stack, you've got vSphere. This is the hypervisor. It's the magic that lets you take a big, powerful physical server and slice it up into a bunch of smaller, more manageable virtual machines. It is the absolute bedrock of pretty much every modern data center out there.
Okay, next, you need storage. Now, instead of buying a huge, separate, and super complex storage system, VCF uses something called vSAN. And the idea here is it's just brilliant. vSAN looks at all the local hard drives inside your servers and logically smushes them all together into one giant high-performance pool of storage that all your applications can share.
So we've got compute, we've got storage, but how do they talk to each other safely and securely? That's NSX's job. It virtualizes the entire network, and I mean the whole thing. You can create incredibly complex networks with firewalls and load balancers completely in software. It totally disconnects you from the physical switches, which gives you just insane speed and flexibility.
And this is the secret sauce. This is what ties it all together. SDDC Manager. You can think of vSphere, vSAN, and NSX as the muscles and bones. Well, SDDC Manager is the brain. It's the automation engine that knows exactly how all the pieces are supposed to fit together, and it handles all the really hard stuff: deployment, configuration, and, this is the big one, managing the life cycle of the whole system.
And that automation, that is where the real power is. You know, knowing what the parts are is one thing, but understanding what VCF does with them, that's when the light bulb really goes on. It completely changes how you operate.
Just think about the day-to-day grind of running IT. With VCF, you're not manually building servers one by one anymore. Instead, you just tell SDDC Manager, hey, I need a new, secure environment for my database apps. And boom, it automatically builds out that entire environment, what's called a workload domain. Need more power? You just slide in new servers, and VCF just absorbs them into the cluster. It's all managed from one place, ensuring everything is set up the exact same way every single time.
Now, let's talk about something every IT person dreads: patching and upgrading. It's famously risky, it's a huge time sink, but VCF automates the whole thing. First, SDDC Manager goes out and finds all the patches and updates you need. Then, and this is key, it runs a whole bunch of pre-checks to make sure the update isn't going to break anything. The admin picks a time, and finally, the system just does it. It orchestrates the entire upgrade across the whole stack in exactly the right order. This is a game changer for reducing risk and freeing up your weekends.
Okay, we've seen the tech. It's pretty cool, but why does the business care? What's the real payoff here?
Well, it all comes down to delivering a true, consistent hybrid cloud.
I mean, just look at this comparison. It says it all, right? You go from this old world of siloed, complex systems to something that's integrated and simple. You trade in endless manual work for an automated lifecycle. Instead of waiting weeks or months for new infrastructure, you get it on demand. And maybe the most important part, you get rid of the inconsistencies between your own data center and the public cloud, creating one seamless, consistent platform.
And that is what translates into real business value. We're talking about speed, because your developers can get what they need and start building faster. Simplicity, which lets your smartest people work on innovation instead of just, keeping the lights on. You get security that's baked in from the start and is the same everywhere. And finally, flexibility, the power to run any app you have, whether it's ancient or brand new, on one single foundation that stretches across your entire digital world.
This quote right here just nails the entire vision. See, it's not just about having better, faster infrastructure. It's about creating a true platform that lets the business move faster, adapt to change, and win. One platform, one way of operating for everything.
When you boil it all down, it really comes back to this one simple but incredibly powerful idea. Taking all that chaos, all that complexity, and forging it into one unified platform.
So, I'll just leave you with this final thought. We live in an age where every company is basically a tech company, right? Your digital tools define how you compete. So the question is, can any big business really afford the slowdowns and the risks that come from a fragmented, manual infrastructure anymore? Has a unified platform like this stopped being a choice and started being a necessity for survival? Something to think about.